I have a new update on Orchestrator add-on. So we have the 2.4.3 version right now, and there are some little updates I actually found here, and it's very nice. So I have a scene that is here, and it's actually a scene of a 3D character, just a basic capsule and a floor. So I'm going to be using that in this particular scene. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add an orchestrator script. So right now I've installed my orchestrator. So if you want to install, just go to asset lib and you can just search for orchestrator and just click on add-on. But make sure that the folder you're actually putting it on is the add-ons folder. So make sure you have the add-ons folder, and then you just install it inside the add-ons folder, so you have the location down there. So right now I'm just going to go over to my character body 3D. So if you want to learn how to do this, I have other tutorials. I've done that. I'm just going to go straight to the update. So now we'll have a character body 3D here, and I'm going to right click on it to create a script. And once I right click, I'm going to click on add script, and let me just quickly put the player. I'm going to call it player 3. Now, if you look at something, one of the things from the last update I gave you, have .touch instead of .os like we used to have before. Now we have .touch. If you're using normal GD script, you see that it has the template, which is for movement. If you are doing 2D movement or 3D movement, it has a template. So once you use this, you already have a character that you can be able to control without writing a single line of code. But right now in the orchestrator script, okay, we now have that ability to also add a template code. So you don't have to start writing the code for moving the character up and down or left and right or even jumping. It's already there. So all you need to do is just make sure you change this to the orchestrator script, okay, the old script, and make sure that you're putting it on. Your script should be added to your character body 3D node. If you add it to another node, maybe a mesh instance or a 2D node or a 3D node, it's not going to have this template. So make sure you add it on your character body 3D node. So once you add it, come over here and click on this, check this box of templates. If you click here, you see that you have the node default and the empty. So if you want to create an empty script, use empty here. If you want to use a default one, just has a little thing that is there that you can use to test a few things, but I'm not going to use that. The most important thing I want to use is this particular one, the character body 3D basic movement. So if you just select that, if you're using 2D, if it's a 2D character, you will actually have that of 2D. So now I have this my part where I'm going to be saving my orchestrator script. I'm going to click here and I'm going to go to where I have my scripts. So I have my script 2 here and I have the name there, and I'm going to open this and create. So if you look at down here, you see that you have template, basic movement, classic movement for gravity, game for first person and third person shooter. So you have just go click on create. Now once you click on create, now let me just go down here and you see I'm going to expand this. So if you click here now, you can just open this up. So once you click back, it's going to go back to this, and once I click and open this, I'm going to bring this down. So I'm going to click on my physics process. So if you look at physics process, you already have your code already there for you to use. So you don't have to write anything. So you just focus on the big lifting. The whole thing for basic movement is already there for you. So now I have my functions for adding my gravity, and then the handle for jump for handling my jump, and then for handling movement. Okay, so it is for handling movement. Now you look at handling movement, you see all your controls, the UI left, the UI right, the UI up and UI down. So if you want to change the control yourself, you can come in here and use a different control. Maybe you put left, right, but make sure if you do that, you go to your project settings, and then you add the input map there. So by default, the input maps are already set to the UI left, okay, and right and up and down. So you yourself, you can create your own. So depending on whatever you want to do, you can be able to actually come in here and create those things there. So, but the main thing is that it's already there for you to control. So make sure you save your file, and I'm going to instantiate that. Let me just go back to my 3D scene, and in my floor 3D scene, this is a 3D scene I have here. I'm going to right click and instantiate the child, and it's going to be the player. So I have my player here. So once I add the player, I will make sure that I bring it up over here. So it has a camera coming with it. So now let's go ahead to test this game to see what it looks like. So basically, you want to be able to use your arrow keys on your keyboard to control it. So I'm using my arrow keys forward, backwards, left, and right. I didn't put any serious camera controls here. So if you see that, you can move forward, backwards, left or right. And if you press your space bar, it can jump. So the only error I found here is the fact that when you jump, the jumping is not so cool. But I believe that if you actually go to tweak the values, you can be able to get something. But this is just the update I have for you now. Okay, so you can be able to actually make it to move without actually writing a single line of code, not even a visual scripting code. Everything is already there for you. So let's say, for example, I want to be able to update the jump. So if you look at, if I go to my, if you just come down here, you see our jump velocity, and in jump velocity, you see you have here is 4.5. So if you increase this, now this might not work well, okay, so it's not going to work perfectly like the best things you want to use. So I would advise that probably I think the developer will maybe in future do something to make that better. So all you need to do is just make sure you actually maybe just adjust that, and if there are other things you can adjust, maybe in another video I'm going to do the adjustment. So if you see when you increase the jump, you see that it actually comes up, but it still comes down a bit too fast. So I think there's still some jobs that needs to be done there. That's the update I have for you for Orchestrator 2.4.3, and I'm using this inside Godot 4.6. So if you have any question on visual scripting, you can put that in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.